Alright, it's Mike with Pacific Tech. I'm out here with a 2010 BMW, and that is not a good sign. I came for coils and plugs, and kind of a little questioning of little things. Alright, we'll force this real quick. Alright, so open the hood, and look at most of the stuff, and the sad part about it is most people don't know how to get to this, because those two black plugs, and you got to take this puppy out, which you got to disconnect all of that. That's why people have a hard time doing this, and that's one of the reasons why it costs so much. Most people think it's like the 4 cylinders and most 6 cylinders, where you can just go, the 3 is in the front and you can slide your hand in the back and get the ones in the back. Well, this, you gotta pull all of this off, take all of this out of here. There's reasons why you got all of this out, so just pay attention. And so I'm gonna get started on this. Hey, how you doing? Alright, when I'm here, since they're always crying out loud, you don't show anything, there's gonna be 8 millimeters up in the corners. So you can go and pull, which is, if you do not know what this is, don't bother, but it should be cleaned, because that is your cabin air filter. And don't ever put these junks, auto lights do not belong inside these vehicles. As you can see, someone's been in here. The sucks thing about it is, if someone's been in here, I'm kind of worried about it, because I'm finding a lot of these wires. Don't ask me why, but like I said, this is why someone like me becomes a forensic officer. So here you got more 8s that holds the bracket down, and you're gonna have more 8s somewhere else. Let's see, there's some covers. Somewhere back here. You gotta remove the covers. This is why this costs so much. See all of this that I gotta remove? And people be like, oh no, man, mechanics are, robbing people. Well, when you have these high-end cars, BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, Range Rovers, some Infinities, some Lexus, you have to know what you're really doing. This is not for ordinary people. I know most people are like, oh man, I can do that. Most people will cry, get on the internet, and will look for someone like me to teach them how to take all of this apart. And all you gotta do is just take off the things. So you're gonna see screws. Again, 8. The older models were 10 millimeters. Don't know why they went down to 8, but you don't need that. I'm using the zip gun, and off it goes. Quicker, faster I can do this, the better I am. But again, know what you're doing. This is, you want to make sure it's a BMW 328. Yep, 328i, okay. So auto lights, never put auto lights inside these vehicles. pause the vehicle while I take all of this apart and come back. Alright, so I was wrong. I took the windshield wipers off for no reason. This one is not like the other ones where you gotta take certain things off just to get to the bracket. This one, once you get the 8mm off, lift up right here and you pull forward, up and out. Gives you access to all of this. You gotta remove that wire that's underneath that thing. Just get a screwdriver and pry everything back. Like I said, don't put too much pressure or anything because these things are really sensitive. So, since we got that right there, we can loosen this side up. If most people is like, oh, it's in the way, it's in the way, it's in the way. Always keep this covered. Still positive. And everything else is accessible. You ready? Pull up. And this should come out. Sometimes they don't. And then just gentle, just up. Fire, fire, fire. Sorry about that. Alright. Just hate the noise. Kills the background on the camera. And then again, just slowly pull back. So these turn and pop. And they come up. Alright. I don't know what condition it was. They told me to order coils. I ordered coils. And pause this real quick while I open. Actually, you guys can be in there for the unveiling, the opening. Most people is like, oh my God, you don't show anything. Sorry about that, a little fuss. So, I always like to use OEM plugs. Remember, motors are designed around most of your plugs. I will go with either Bosch, NGKs, Densos, but never Autolites. Every time someone put Autolites in one of these vehicles, you always get callbacks. So, see, uranium plugs, alright? Use the OEM stuff. Put these down right here. And coil. New coils. So what I like to do is mark them. If you notice the difference, everything's the same, just different shelling. So I like to mark them when I'm orientating them, so the next time someone's in there, they know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you work your way all the way down to the end. Any questions, leave a comment down below. Actually, I'm gonna pause it while I pull the plugs out. So one of the handy tools to have is one of these with the magnets at the ends. Makes your life easier. I hate the ones with the rubber. Sometimes the rubber stays inside and it makes it harder for you to do your job. And then now you're fighting. Oh, I should have showed you that. See how easy that was? Pull up. And I usually like a little twist and pull up. So I usually like to orientate things, so I'm gonna put them down here so they don't get damaged. 1, 2. Let's do the same thing for number 3. Sometimes they get a little hard. Give a little wiggle. The pliers work, but it's kind of hard when I'm trying to work with one hand and trying to record. This is why. And there you go. Remember what I said? Twist and pull up. So I usually like to put them like this, and I will number them as I'm going for the one reason. In case of anything, customer complaints, any complaints, I always return to customers their coils. Everything's numbered the way it is, so that way they can put it back the same way, or they can get another tech to put it back the same way. So wires, you see what I mean about the wires in the way. So now you lift. Pull back. Sometimes these things get a little antsy, but oh crap. They get stuck in there sometimes. This one right here in the back. And pop. Turn the side. And voila. Like I said, I use this to mark them. I leave the gap for the one that's missing right here. And again, you know, I'm like a forensics officer. Remember what I said about that? It won't allow me, but you guys get the drift. I want to show all 8 of them, especially the ones in the back a little bit harder to get. You don't really have to remove the bar. It's just getting stuff out your way, and I need both hands for this now. So I'm gonna pause the video here, and then I'm gonna go and pull each plugs out so you guys can see. All right, so I got all of them out. As you guys can see, all 6 are out. Put in my tool, and most people really don't like this. Most people frown upon. What the hell? Why is my door open? I leave my door open. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. But most people don't like when I use this. Most people complain. Zipping out. Why not? Why not? putting in? No. For the simple reasons. For the simple reasons that these threads, aluminum block and everything, plus, see this crush washer? You got to crush that washer, so you don't want to put too much pressure. Some of these guns are pretty good, some of these guns are whack. You guys can see, this is my Craftsman. Most people go, oh my God, you should be using, you know, Snap-on and all of that. Look, tools are expensive. I think it was 100. It was 150, and I got the gun, the battery, the charger, and the ratchet for 150 on sale. Usually around Christmas time, between Christmas and the New Year's, is when the best deals are. The new products come out, so that's the only reason why. Alright, so let me zip all of these out and I'll come back to it. Alright, so I got them in, tightened everything down. So most people don't know how to clip these on. You see how it just happens? This locks it in, doesn't come out. Do it again. You ready to see how that pushes in? Locks. Push in, lock. That's how simple this is. Most people who mess that up and will get an ignition coil or PO codes for multi-cylinder fires, and 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on which one is misfiring. Anyway, so 2010 BMW 328i Sparkplug, and what you need to remove just to get to the ones in the back. Any questions, comment down below.